Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. It's been a few days since we watched Let's Kill Hitler, which, coincidentally, I'm intrigued to see will do to my algorithm, because A Good Man Goes to War has got just a random loads of people watching it. So if you've come to this thinking it's some sort of Third Reich analysis, stick around. So it's been a few days since we watched Let's Kill Hitler, and usually I do the video that night, and for whatever reason I didn't, and then the next day I said, oh, I haven't done the video, and then people went to bed, and I thought, well, I'll save it till tomorrow. And then I was at work today, and I was, as I do, going around my library, reading stories out to young people, and I've read this book a million times, so in the back of my mind I'm thinking, what should I say about Let's Kill Hitler? What is there to say about Let's Kill Hitler? And I was struggling to nail how to talk about it. I'm struggling to nail how to frame a conversation about Let's Kill Hitler. Because I think Let's Kill Hitler is one of the most singular Doctor Who stories in the whole of Doctor Who. Now, I think we've already made reference to the fact that recently, what story was it talking about? Oh, it was the Doctor's wife. Well, that's a story you can only do once, really. I mean, we can tell another, there's a chance that Billy Piper is going to be the TARDIS when, thank hope to God it comes back soon. But anyway, my point being that you can't really do that type of story, more than once. And you can't do Let's Kill Hitler more than once, because so many threads have been sewn leading up to this moment that it kind of only exists within the context of a clear watching of the programme sort of week after week. And that's not to say that you can't enjoy it. I will tell you all the reasons that you can enjoy it now, in a moment. But in order to truly appreciate just how deft and brilliant and wonderful Let's Kill Hitler is, you have to have been watching Doctor Who really since Silence in the Library, probably, really, I think, because the payoff is so magnificent and so just brilliant that if I just got my dad, hi Dad, to watch Let's Kill Hitler, then it's just incomprehensible. Now, my dad would say that Doctor Who is pretty incomprehensible to him, but it wouldn't be. I could flag up a dozen stories that I could say, just go and watch this story, you will get it, and he could watch it. Now, I'm not saying my dad would like it. Doctor Who's not his thing. But let's be honest, if you put Let's Kill Hitler on, you're just lost without so many moments that have previously happened in Doctor Who. Now, this is a brand new development in this series, isn't it? I mean, I know the RTD stories, they have an emotional journey and they have things that pay off, but as we've discussed before, Bad Wolf was just a couple of words that were said. The payoff of finding out what Bad Wolf was didn't rely on you knowing with intricate detail all these bits and bats about River Song, the connection with Amy and Rory, our previous exposure to Amelia, things like that. And yet, here we are with a story that genuinely I think makes very, very little sense unless you've watched all the previous episodes. Now, that is somewhat problematic because that sort of loyalty audience isn't what makes Doctor Who magnificent in terms of the public consciousness when it is magnificent. As we've said many a time before, there are a number of golden ages of Doctor Who, and something that unites all of them is that everybody watched Doctor Who during those periods, okay? So, that's out of the way. Also, and related to that, you've got this idea, and it's so easy to miss this, and if those of you have come expecting a conversation about the Third Reich have stuck around, well, here's where this bit comes in. This is the first time we've done Hitler properly in Doctor Who. We have had Curse of Fenric, where he appears on the portrait, and highly appropriately, what does the Seventh Doctor say? Mighty Sylvester McCoy, who I love with all my heart. terrible man or something, which is enough. That is enough at that moment, and we know, and the doctor doesn't have to explain anymore, and we know. On this very channel.
Did we not do Hitler with Winston Churchill as well?
He was referred to, but never directly, never in that context. And even Churchill was cartoon Churchill, really. It was celebrity historical writ large. It wasn't a Vincent the Doctor take on historical. It was a Shakespeare Code take on a historical, if you get my drift. Go back and watch those videos. Footnotes. This is a complicated one. We also did The Shadow in the Glass, which on this very channel, if you go back, you will find me talking about The Shadow in the Glass, and me saying that one of the things about Shadow in the Glass is that the authors brilliantly handled the inclusion of Adolf Hitler to the extent that it enhanced the story, and their take on Colin Baker's Doctor was what was the real sort of the sort of like the gravity, the middle of that story, not the fact that we got Hitler in it, which could just drag everything off course. So what does Stephen Moffat do here? Well, so I hate to say this out loud. This sounds wrong and weird. This is more the Shakespeare Code take on Hitler. Yeah, we get the, oh my mighty, it's Adolf Hitler. God, of course we get that. You can't not get that with Hitler. But then we talk about putting him in a cupboard. Then we get, and it's so genius because the title is nonsensical. Let's Kill Hitler. It's another brilliant cold open, immaculate cold open, meeting a brand new character, who of course is not a brand new character, and then we get that line, I've got a gun, you've got a time machine, what the hell, let's kill Hitler. Bosh, done. And if it's there to do anything, it's to talk about, it's to drag in the idea of paradoxes, it's to drag in dinner party conversations about time travel, that a lot of people in the audience will go, chortle, 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 let's kill Hitler. It's telling that we're going chortle, 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 let's kill Hitler, and not, oh my God, let's write a letter of complaint to the BBC. But then, it's just, apart from the glamour of being in Germany prior to the war, a very glamorous place, it's nonsense. Get Hitler out of the way very soon. Nazis are just... the Nazis are just generic bad guys, just to be there. Okay? And then, of course, what we've got is River Song. And the birth, effectively, of River Song. And everything...
Birth was last episode.
Well, yes, okay. But you know what I mean. A regeneration is always exciting. A regeneration, uniquely, where somebody regenerates into a character we already know and love, really know and love, and our cast, our main cast, already know and love, is just audacious and amazing and wonderful. And I'm not going to go through beat for beat, but we could go beat for beat because it's class. We could talk about Amelia Pond, who not only appears at the start, but also as the avatar for the TARDIS, and how beautiful that is.
Oh, that was so, I loved that.
And when she says fish fingers and custard, and the whole audience just goes, oh, yes! Another thing that's completely incomprehensible unless you've watched this story. But fish fingers and custard, you know...
Shorthand, but I loved it.
Oh, my gosh. Just immaculate. And then you get Alex Kingston, quite honestly... alongside a bravura performance from Matt Smith, alongside pitch-perfect performances from Darvill and Gillen, and that moment when Rory punches the Nazi, Jesus, that's so good, what a character he is. But you get Alex Kingston just being remarkable. And all the silly jokes, I think I'll take the age down a bit just to freak people out, which, if you understand this character, is genuinely funny. Is genuinely clever as anything. Oh, my word. And this is the thing about Let's Kill Hitler. I can't talk about it, he says 9.5 minutes in. I can't talk about it because it defies explanation. It's just too ridiculous and too brave and brilliant and just immaculate and just too audacious. I can't even think about Let's Kill Hitler. It's so Doctor Who, it's almost not Doctor Who. It's just I can't wrap my head around the genius of Stephen Moffat to, in his head, construct all of this to drop here. And this isn't even the payoff. This isn't even the how many crescendos can one writer have? It's just, it beggars belief. And it's so good, and it's so resistant to proper analysis, I think. I mean, let's go and talk to Sandifer, and she will tell us for real. But it's just so wonderful and so embracing. And if you've been along for the ride, it's like, you know, you thought that now the party really kicks in, sort of thing. It's like when somebody releases all the swans and you didn't think there were swans, but there are swans. My God, there are swans.
There weren't any swans.
No, but metaphorically there are. It is just wonderful.
Why would you say there were swans if there weren't swans?
This is the story. I thought there were swans, and there's not swans. So listen, you know, Let's Kill Hitler. Is Let's Kill Hitler now my favourite Matt Smith story? It might be. It might be because I can't get over these characters. I can't get over how in love I am with the four of them. And how, basically, it's just too ridiculously good. Everything about it is too ridiculously good. And I can't, where does this programme go after this? My God. Oh, my God. Ah, that's it. I got nothing. He says 11 minutes and 47 seconds in. I got nothing. It's just too good. It's too good. I can't even talk about it. I can't even think about it. I'm walking around my library reading stories to kids, thinking about this, and I can't even think. Should I just stop? I'll just stop. Anything else to say?
No.
No, there we go. I'm done.